want to talk about a tactic that is being done right now, and I want you guys to come up with a catchy name for it, because as you're going to look around after I tell you this, you're going to notice how many companies does it. And it's got to do, obviously, with the month of June. And the tactic is that if you're a company whose game ran its shelf life, who no one talks about the game that much anymore, and you want the game to become relevant, you can use social issues in order to make money. Like, they will take the LGBT and they will mold it around like chakra and turn it into cash. While pretending that they're empathetic and they're compassionate, of course. And you'll notice that they don't do this tactic with the Middle East, they don't do this tactic with China, they don't do this tactic with Russia, they don't do this tactic with Eastern Europe, because it's all about woke capitalism. It's all about taking money from the investors while pretending that they care about the marginalized folk and the poor communities. Overwatch, for example, recently announced that they're going to release a pansexual hero, and I was looking at the newspapers and saw, like, what are they doing? Like, are they involved in another sex scandal? Because that's what Blizzard does, okay? Like, every single time they announce a new LGBT character, it's because they're being attacked with a scandal and they're trying to distract attention. But no, like, apparently now it's not the case. It's June, okay? So most people do not talk about Overwatch. Most people do not talk about Rainbow Six Siege. These are games that are kind of like they have already established communities, basically, right? Like, it's very rare that you're going to see them trending. But they post something cringe. Now, why is it cringe? It's cringe because it's a first-person shooter, right? Like, no one cares how the character you're playing fucks. No one cares about even the lore of the character. Like, it's very fringe, even within the community, to find out how many people actually care about the lore. Like, if I log in now in Rainbow Six Siege and I ask people, hey, tell me about the lore of this character, it's very unlikely that most people will even be able to answer, especially when it comes to Overwatch, right? So they're announcing that, hey, like, this champion is of a new sexuality. And of course, people are going to be divided on the issue. If you go on the comment section, overwhelmingly negative. Okay, like, these are their own customers. Overwhelmingly negative responses. Now, what's interesting is that they actually hire a person that goes on the Twitter account in order to harass the customer, right? Like, the customer gives feedback and they give sass to the customer, to the paying person. They give sass. No other company does this, right? Which makes me believe that this is a marketing tactic, right? Like, here you have like giving sass to the customer, to the person putting food on their table. So why do they do this? Well, they do this for engagement. Because normally their posts do not get to 500,000, right? Like, this is the modern way of getting clout. You do not actually improve the game. You do not actually create a new game mechanic. You do not actually talk about the new character that you want to add. You do not have to do shit. You do not have to pay money for promotion, right? Like, the community is going to promote for you. How does the community promote? By attacking this, right? Like, when anyone goes and gives a reply and says something, oh, I'm going to uninstall my game. Oh my God, you guys are blah, blah, blah. Right? Like, whenever someone gives criticism, that drives that traffic. Now, the person in charge of this account is going to sass the person that gives criticism, and it's going to also call on a couple of other social justice activists to sass the person, and this causes the views. This drives the traffic. To put it simply, it's like going on the street and saying something that you know is going to get some people to spit on you, and you spit on them back, and they spit on you again, and everyone is spitting on each other, and this is the modern woke capitalism way of promoting a product. So my advice to you is, if you do not like this particular tactic, do not engage in it. Do not give them any type of criticism. Do not say that you do not support what they support. Do not criticize them. Do not, right, just ignore it. Like, flat out ignore it, because if you don't, it's going to start trending, and if it's trending, then more companies are going to do it. Personally, I do not care about what they support, but I do hate when I see a corporation giving sass to the customer. They are not mommy, they are not daddy, they are not a teacher, they are not a boss, okay? Like, they're a company that's supposed to sell a product, and the market is supposed to decide whether the product is good or not. But instead of them spending money on improving said product, they are spending money on this bullshit, which is frivolous. Every corporation does it. You are not special. You are not making anything. You're not adding anything. And all you're doing is you're creating a culture of division. right? Like, why does this even need to happen? Why do you need to post how we sleep knowing haters are bad because we support equality? First of all, you don't even know what the fuck you support. You're supporting equity, okay? You're not supporting equality. This is not 2016 anymore. Everyone has gotten on board with equity. At least learn the fucking ideology you support. But secondly, as I mentioned before, it moves away from the actual criticism, like when it comes to Overwatch and Blizzard. People don't talk about the actual things that are bad with the game. Now they're talking about this shit, which, again, is frivolous. It's whatever. If you support it, by all means, share it around, talk with it. But if you don't support what the companies are doing, which, again, is just this frivolous thing where they're harassing their customers, then do not engage with it, right? Just block, move away, talk about something else. Do not even bother clicking for a reply. Or if you really want to, what you can do is you can create a new post where you talk about the issue. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.